We're back.
Yes, we are, and we're glad to be here.
We're glad to be here on Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. A special time for all of us.
A very special time for all of us, although this little guy is not loving his hat.
No, he'd like to get it off soon.
We have Santa Toto. Okay, let's take the hat off so we have better cooperation.
Yes.
But we are so grateful to be here today.
Oh, I'm always grateful, if you know what I mean. But today is especially a grateful day and a day that I just look forward to always. Beautiful memories.
Beautiful memories. And you just gave me an idea for our word this week.
Oh.
So our word this week is remember.
Oh, yes, remember. And there's so much to remember, so much love and joy and happiness.
And we want to remember most of all the reason for the season, for this day, for this season is that Christ was born and our lives changed forever.
Forever. That's right. We'll never be the same. And it was the biggest gift and greatest gift we could ever get.
Amen. Amen. So the word remember, it means to remember, to bring one's mind to an awareness of someone or something that you've seen or known or experienced. So when we think of this word, a similar word is memories.
Yeah.
And I want to introduce you all to my beautiful memory tree.
Oh, yes.
Because behind us right here are so many memories. And I just love my tree because every time I look at it, I see people, I see vacations, I see just something special.
Yes.
Something to remember.
And not only Princess Julie's, but she has memories from other people too.
Absolutely.
A lot of them from me.
Hey, I see there's Dare to Live. There's Mom's book from last year. An ornament. I mean, I could just go through this entire tree. Here's one, Mom. Oh my gosh, I think this is my oldest ornament from 1981.
Oh,
you gave me this beautiful angel.
Oh, my.
1981.
81.
That's 40-some years ago.
I don't know if you were even born yet.
Mom, of course I was born.
Well,
so we have a lot. We're forgetting our memories. Our memories are fading a little bit.
Oh, no.
Sometimes.
They will never fade out.
They will never fade out. So let's talk about remembering.
Yes.
And of course, we're remembering what this day is all about, but we also remember some wonderful things through the years. So, Mom, why don't you share one of the things that you remember, a fun memory, maybe from Christmas?
Well, it turned out to be fun. At the time, it was a little bit tiring when Santa was coming, and so I had to stay up almost all night to put a few things together and to make sure that Santa had left everything that the children had asked for. And sure enough, I finally finished. It was about 5 o'clock. And what did I hear?
A.M., right?
Not reindeer on the roof, but I heard children upstairs trying to sneak downstairs.
Guilty. Yes, definitely guilty here.
See what Santa had brought.
That was always so fun. So we had a pact. So my sisters and I shared a room. It was that purple room, the lavender room with the canopy beds.
Yeah.
And every Christmas Eve, we would get together before we went to bed, and we'd go to bed really early because we wanted to wake up really early. And we had this kind of pact that whoever got up first would wake everybody up. Yeah. And so that's what we did. And so it'd be like 3 in the morning, we'd knock on the door, and you'd be like, too early, and we'd go back in a half hour, knock on the door. And it was so fun. And the fun memory was, the excitement was when you turn the lights on. Yeah. So when the Christmas tree lights went on, then we went running.
Oh, yes, and they never stopped. I mean, and their eyes lit up, and I don't care what it was, because we had some Christmases where Santa couldn't leave too much. But I remember seeing their tiny little baby clothes in a little tiny suitcase that Santa's helper, me, had put together for their doll and you'd think it was $1 million.
Oh, yeah. We loved our dolls.
They were so happy to have these doll clothes. And just the smallest thing, a puzzle, a set of crayons, new crayons.
Right. Simple things.
It didn't take much to make them.
Of course, we always got the underwear and socks.
Yeah.
There were certain staples.
Always pajamas.
Always pajamas, underwear and socks. Yeah, they always showed up every year.
That came in very handy.
Yes.
I remember one Christmas when the children were older, and we actually passed on that tradition to a family that needed things. And we went to see a very poor family that needed the basics. They weren't thinking about fancy dolls and everything, although we tried to include some nice presents. And I thought then this would be a wonderful tradition. And I never got to carry it out because in those days you didn't have the facilities at the computers and that to track names and addresses and everything. But I wanted to do that and go back every year.
Right. Well, we did then when we got connected at Second Pres. We did Christmas Benevolence, and what a wonderful program where all year long church members would donate clothing and all kinds of stuff and have sorting nights every week. So this was a year-round project. And then it would culminate with helping these families. And there'd be 180 families that would be served with food, clothing. I remember the turkey at our feet. And I remember I was a shopper, and I met this woman, Candy, and she had 5 children. And we were shopping in the community room because it was all set up for coats, and we were shopping for her kids. And I said, well, what about you, Candy? And she said, I don't need one. I don't go out. And I thought, how can you not go out? And so, but she said she had seen one with a star on the little tag. And so I searched and searched, and I couldn't find it. But afterwards, I was so moved that I went and I found a coat. I shopped for her coat, and then we were able to deliver her family's gifts. And so I got to see her again, and I made a little star tag on it. And I said, you're a star. And she got that coat. And here's the crazy God part of that story. When I was shopping, I about gave up. I couldn't find a coat. She was a larger woman, and I ended up at Lane Bryant. And I told her the story. And I had already bought a pair of gloves and scarf that I knew somehow would match that coat. And this woman helping me, when I told her the story, was so moved. I'm going to get the chills now, that she said, when I got to the register, she handed me her card, and it said Candy on it. Well, it said Candace. And she looked at me, and I said, wait a second. I said, the woman, and she knew the woman I was shopping for was Candy. So, and it was a lady named and she said she went by Candy most of her life, and now her card said Candace. But and so it was a stranger named Candy that helped me help another stranger named Candy that year. And it was such a beautiful story. But we went to their house. It was half of a house, and the baby ran out in the snow in his diapers, and they had nothing really. But what joy. And then the little girl wanted to give me a little pencil to thank me, and they had nothing, and yet they were pulling things out to hand us. So it was such a beautiful memory, and it really stays with me because I just thought it was so good too, because we could do it as a family. And I think it's so good for our children to see another side of life.
That's it.
And be able to serve. We're here to help others.
And that's one of the lessons a lot of our children don't see nowadays. We're busy. Things are more complicated. There's all kinds of reasons that our children aren't exposed to the beautiful act of giving, and thinking about the people that don't have what they have.
That's
I
so
know
true.
There's oftentimes when I'm so involved with what I'm doing that I kind of shove the other thoughts away. And that's what I want to continue to do. The random acts of kindness that I started when my granddaughter Carolyn was in high school, doing it at her high school.
That's right.
And I thought, what a beautiful thing to do things that people don't even know about.
Right.
And I've been trying to
just bring some joy.
Trying to follow that.
And you do, Mama. You do. Yeah, you definitely do. In fact, we did we called it Random Acts of Christmas. This was before COVID. And we went to the mall and we were shopping not for things, but for people. Yeah. And looking for the most tired and exhausted workers. And we just kind of popped up and gave them a gift card and wished them a Merry Christmas. You were in your Santa suit. Yeah. She was tap dancing in the aisles of Macy's. It was a riot. So we'll have to do that. We got this storm.
Yes,
we got this crazy storm,
and
so we couldn't go out. Yes,
we had planned, and you can't imagine the look on their face when they say, "This is for me." I mean,
right? Just a little thing,
it's
a little
free.
Starbucks gift card, just a little thing to brighten someone's day. So
I know.
So I think what we've learned as we're sharing here is you have to be intentional about creating memories.
Yes.
You know, even about remembering things, because we get so busy, you know, even this holiday season, I think especially is a good example. Yes. We get so wrapped up in wrapping presents and shopping and doing all these things that we forget the real
true meaning of Christmas.
Exactly.
Yes. And if remember what Jesus is doing for us, I mean, that's the least we can do for others, really.
Right. Amen, Mama.
We are so blessed.
Yes,
and
we are.
Can't thank you enough for watching us. Can't thank God enough for taking care of all of us.
Amen, Mama.
Yep.
And we're going to be back. So you haven't seen us for a while. Up there's the wave.
Yes,
it's time to go because we've been unpacking. So we have something new to share very soon in the new year. Something new to show you, so that's a little code word.
Yes.
But we just wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas.
Yes, with all kinds of blessings, happy days, happy times together. That's what really counts.
Right. And creating just wonderful memories.
Yes.
And things that may go on your tree one day.
That's right. So we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.